It's best to get out of the home you shared with your ex. Too many memories. Thanks to him, you're starting over. So a fresh start in a new place makes sense as soon as you can do it. If you can't leave your old home yet, okay, change it up inside and out. This will also be like a stopgap until you do leave. This is spring cleaning on steroids. Move furniture around, paint, put up new pictures, put down new throw rugs. Doesn't have to cost a fortune. You don't have to remodel your kitchen, but change things because it'll be like a new environment. Get new towels. Move into a different bedroom or move the bed to a new spot in your bedroom. Change things up. Psychologically, it will help you. I'm moving on. I'm making changes. My blonde, Sandy, watches these home renovation shows like all the time. It's amazing the things they can do. Now, some are extravagant, but some of the shows are very simple. With simple touches, you can change your home. Change the locks, of course. If you have an automatic garage door, put in a new code. Your home is your place of safety and sanctuary. Don't let your ex come 1 foot inside it. Your church is also going to be an issue. After the divorce, you may be able to stay at your church, so many do. If your pastor was very supportive, if the majority of your church friends are on your side, they understand what's happened, and they support you, and if your ex goes to another church, okay, staying makes sense, fine. But if any of the above conditions isn't true, you're better off finding a new church. That's another change, but you're better off. If your ex was popular at your church, chances are good that he'll win in the public relations arena, because just like he was poisoning your kids, he was poisoning the church members and your neighbors and maybe your own family. These narcissistic abusers are masters. If you had one like that and he's your ex, oh, he's going to win. He has spent months, if not years, laying the groundwork for that. You're crazy, you're a sinner, you're a bad Christian, and they'll believe him because he believes his own lies. You know what? You don't have the time or the energy to correct all those stupid lies he's told to the leaders and members of your church. You know what? I don't think so. Keep in mind that regardless of how the marriage ended, many of the Christians who knew you and your ex will blame you for the divorce, especially if you're a woman. That's not right. It's not biblical. In fact, it's sinful, but that's what I've seen over 35 years. The woman gets it in the neck. Now, sometimes that's reversed. If you're married to a woman who's a narcissist, and there's plenty of those, a borderline personality, a liar, a cheater, an adulteress, well, she can work her magic and turn people against you. So it can be in reverse as well. Now, just as your old home does, your church has many memories, and you can't ask the church to remodel. That's their business. These memories, good and bad, can make it difficult to worship there. Pray about leaving your church, and if your pastor is supportive, talk to him about it. It may be best to find a new church where no one knows you and your ex. A fresh start. I had a client, in this case it was a man with a borderline wife, and he was forced to divorce her. She was just an unrelenting, abusive narcissist. History on it beyond belief. Drama queen, hit him, lied to him, the list is endless. Anyway, she refused to stop attending their church, and they weren't going to do church discipline, so he went to his pastor and said, look, here's the situation. And the pastor was a good man, if a little weak. And the pastor said to him, are you firing us? Are you firing me as your pastor? And my client said, yeah, I guess I am. And it went okay. He's now found a new church and he's doing fine. Okay, your finance is going to be a big issue unless you're wealthy beyond belief. These Hollywood couples that break up, when you've got $100 million and you're splitting that, okay, money isn't an issue. If you don't, like most of us, finances are going to be an issue. Money's going to be tight, probably very tight. Divorce does great damage to every area of your life, including your finances. Half is half. And you may not have much in the first place. Most of us don't have this massive savings account. God love him, and I love Dave Ramsey. He talks about, having the 6 month or 1 year, 18 months, savings. Look, you can't always do that with kids in college. I love him. I believe in him. And as soon as you can, get that reserve. But sometimes you have to wait a while. I want you to sit down with a financial advisor and take a hard, realistic look at your money situation. Ask your support team and your pastor for the name of an advisor who will help you for free or at a reduced rate. And there are people like that do it as a ministry. With the advisor's guidance, develop a budget. Create a savings plan. Even if you can contribute only a small amount each month, it's something. It adds up. Carry the right type and amount of insurance. Figure out how to deal with your debt. Most of us have debt. You may have to make serious cuts in a number of areas. Cable television, eating out, vacations, coffee, buying clothes. When Sandy and I got married, we were so poor you wouldn't believe it. Many of you were too. We didn't even have any kids yet. Once the kids came, we were even poorer. We literally never went out to eat, ever. And you can ask Phil Dugas of Dugas Creative, who runs my podcast and is my producer and digital man. I love to go out to eat. It's my thing. I would go out every meal. For 5, 6, 7 years, we never did. So this is a divorce situation. Okay, you're going to have to cut back. Okay, buying clothes. Okay, you may have to trade in your car for a less expensive vehicle. May have to do it. Now, I mentioned Dave Ramsey. I want you to reach out to the Dave Ramsey organization and ask them for guidance. You may not be able to have the 6 months supply yet, but he is the #1 Christian financial guy in this world, I think, and he's got the resources to help you. And his products are, I think, cost effective and helpful. Your career, you may need to get a job. You may need to get a new job, which pays more and has a more flexible schedule. You may need more education or training to get the job you want. If you're living in America, most of us are, there are opportunities. Lean on your support team for guidance and job information. Work every contact, every person you know for help in the career area. Many local communities, if you're a woman, have centers for women, they're called, or places to help single moms. And so find out what the resources are in your community. You're paying for it in your taxes. Find those resources. Your friends. Expect to lose most, if not all, of your couple friends. Sad reality. They did things with you and your ex. So now that it's just you, it will be super awkward. And the relationship dynamics just don't work. That's just the way it is. Now, in a few cases, 1 or 2, you may be able to maintain a close relationship with the wife, if you're a woman, with the wife of a couple. Or it could be if you're a guy with the man part of a couple. Could be. If those people are on your side, love you, and are good with spending one-on-one time with you, okay, that should work. As I mentioned before, dump any friend who blames you in any way for the divorce. Done, gone, move on. And dump any friend, in quotes, who maintains a relationship with your ex. Especially an abusive, awful ex. Are you kidding me? They have to choose. They don't choose you. Free country, that's fine. I'm moving on. Part of the new you is going to be making new friends. Okay, your self-care is also important. You have to learn how to take care of yourself. Believe me, no one else will. Even good friends, not their job, that's your job. Your support team will help, but there are limits to what they can do for you. You spent years thinking of your ex and meeting his needs, serving him, supporting him, especially if you're a woman, trying to please him. If you have children, you certainly expended a lot of energy and time meeting their needs. Raising kids the right way takes a lot of time and effort. While you will still take care of the children, obviously, it's time now to think about yourself, to meet your own needs. This is not selfish, it's healthy. It's your turn. Self-care, which is a form of self-love, is solidly biblical. Christians kind of get the heebie-jeebies about this. Oh, is that worldly love? Is that worldly self-love? No, it's just loving yourself. Jesus himself said these words, Matthew 22. Love the Lord your God with all your heart and with all your soul and with all your mind. This is the first and greatest commandment. Then he adds, and you don't hear this in many sermons, and the second is like it, love your neighbor as yourself. Though most Bible commentators and pastors ignore this as yourself phrase, it's clear that Jesus is commanding us to love ourselves. Yes, he is. Truth is, if you don't love yourself in a healthy way, you will be unable to love anyone else in a healthy way. Okay, it's got to be mentioned. I hope you're sitting down. I guess you are. Diet and exercise. Okay, I'm Captain Obvious here, but you know what? It's important. You know what I'm going to tell you to do. Everyone on planet Earth knows it. You just have to do it. And in the midst of divorce process or the aftermath, it's probably the last thing you think of doing. Oh, I'm not motivated. You need to eat well. You need to exercise for strength and vitality and energy to survive. Eat healthy food, plenty of vegetables. Less sugary snacks. If you need to lose weight, now is the time to do it. You certainly don't do it for your ex or anybody else. You do it for yourself. Develop a regular exercise program and stick to it. Now, don't overdo it. You're not training for the Olympics. Walk, swim, do the exercise bike, sit-ups, push-ups. If you can afford it and a gym is your thing, do that. That's fine. You desperately need the strength, the confidence, the endurance, and discipline that comes from a healthy diet and regular exercise. Now, exercise is always a good idea. It's even more important when you're rebuilding your life after a divorce. You also have to learn how to say no. We'll cover this quickly. Again, there's more in the book. You have to buy the book for the entire process of healing from divorce. All right? I didn't want a divorce, now what? But you're going to have to say no to people when you're used to saying yes. You're in survival mode. You're pulling your life together. All right? No to your kids' teachers. No to serving in the church. No to any family or social events that drain your energy. No to extra tasks at work that no one is paying you to do. All right? No to your kids if what they're asking is going to cost too much or cost you too much time and energy. No to your in-laws. If your in-laws gouge you during the divorce and they want to see the kids, it's a no. You tell them you can see not mean, you can see the kids when it's my ex's time with them. Period. Hang up. Move on. And also have some fun. Find time for fun in the midst of this nightmare. Hang on to activities and hobbies that you enjoy. You'll have less time to engage in these activities, that's true, but even a few minutes of fun is stress reducing and life-giving.